All right, how you doing? So I have a mukbang, and I'm going to read an article for you from the Nevada Independent about Las Vegas. I mean, Las Vegas is a popular and fun topic for me. I spent way too much time in Las Vegas. I think that is the hilarity of it all. But this article says, yes, Las Vegas is a bit different. And it says smoking is still allowed indoors, which is also very interesting. From working in Las Vegas and living in Las Vegas, it would seem crazy. However, their smoke filtration system is pretty good. I don't know what goes into that, actually. And I've worked in the casinos for a very, very long time. And I don't know what goes into that, but, from dealing dice and blackjack in Las Vegas, I don't know why they haven't outlawed smoking. That being said, we're going to segue real quickly into this morning's mukbang. We are going this style. This is a jalapenos omelet. And this would be 120 pesos, about $6. Maybe even on the under $6 tip, because of the peso is trading about 21. So maybe like $5.95. We're going to continue on in this article. Our drivers are among the worst in the nation. I want to make a revision to that, actually. Your drivers are among the most drunk in the nation is likely the more honest statement of that. This omelet looks wonderful. However, I wonder if I will be able to eat it, as I've been having a problem with a tooth and it was driving me crazy last night. So far, so good. With every rainstorm, the slot machines and grocery stores are apparently acceptable of the way we dispose of our extra pocket money by playing gambling, right? That's what the writer's talking about. This omelet tastes wonderful. And yes, actually, that is a complaint I have about Las Vegas. Everywhere you go is gambling. I mean, you're around gambling everywhere except for maybe like Walmart and maybe Target. Actually, everywhere else, places you stop to eat, places you go to fill up with gas, and of course, grocery stores. Vegas has some interesting meaning for me. I mean, I was married there twice. Vegas has a huge tourism industry, right? I mean, exactly. Vegas has been nearly wrecked before from tourism. One of them is the 9/11 thing. Things got so slow during that period. Vegas almost got, wrecked then. Actually, Vegas also has a fair amount of failed properties, including the very interesting Fontainebleau story, something you could follow. Well, it's basically a couple groups that went broke trying to bring that very massive $100 billion project back. That is also failing, full of furniture, right? I don't know if the tourism is very resilient. However, Vegas has some problems. I mean, one, if you move to Las Vegas for the reason of it's close to California, that normally is a mistake and results in people leaving. Because Vegas is very much a place where either you enjoy it or you enjoy it a short period of time, and then maybe you leave, because it really doesn't have any sense of community. Again, like I said, everybody kind of works the casino hours and lifestyle in shifts, believe it or not. And honestly, if you don't work in the casino business, your friend does. So there's that. The writer also goes on to say, as Christmas weekend approaches, underdeveloped interstate that connects Las Vegas with Southern California saw its predictable congestion of tourists making the pilgrims to the city. This is not a new problem. When, throughout my life of living in Southern California, it was always a thing to go to Vegas or go to Laughlin or whatever. So this this weekend trip is nothing new. And that's always followed by everybody goes home in the afternoon on Sunday, right? I believe this was the year where they were going to try to get some rail service. And of course, the airline, the airlines are trying to put a stop to that, right? I mean, really. This omelet is pretty good. To be sure, the perception out-of-towners get rid of Vegas is something different than what is experienced by residents. When people elsewhere learn you're from Las Vegas, they imagine you reside in some penthouse suite at Caesars. There is some truth to that. One of the questions that I was asked a lot in my life is, what casino do you live in Las Vegas? This is a pretty interesting question. And people really really believe that. I mean, that's the truth. Yeah, I think people that don't gamble move on from Las Vegas fairly quickly. I mean, what else is there to do there? Even the movie theaters, for the most part, are in casinos. So I think many people, go to Vegas, party in Vegas, spend too much. I have a friend that probably watches this channel that was completely ruined. He must have moved to Vegas for 2 years and left. And his life probably was completely ruined. He was drinking around the clock. I don't know if he watches the channel, but certainly not going to name him. Hope you all are having a wonderful Tuesday. It's about noon here. This is my lunch. Of course, I need something to drink. Hold on. This is an interesting thing about Mexico. Something that I'm really surprised has not caught on to more in the United States. You may have heard me reference crack water in the United States. They have a carbonated version of maybe this, right? This is a non-carbonated version. And I'm not sure what's in it or if there's any real sugar in it. I'd be interested in knowing. Of course, it's in Spanish. But this happens to be sandia and limon. That is watermelon and lime. It is wonderful. But there's that. I think I need a tortilla. Tortillas are a reason to live in Mexico alone, actually. Wow, that is hot. Hot, hot, hot. Happy you all have been enjoying my videos. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask below. The tooth seems to be holding on a little bit here. Praise Jesus, honestly. Ugh. I certainly have been to the dentist enough in the last year. At least I always feel like, okay, no, that's done, and I could put it behind me, but that's not exactly the case. I always wondered, I don't go out anywhere when I was in Las Vegas over New Year's because it was just, they block off all the streets. So you can't even go anywhere near the strip. I can't imagine what it takes to stay there. Of course, you have to park in there, and then you're trapped in there. When I've been in Vegas during New Year's, all the streets are blocked, everything. It's a disaster. It's pretty good stuff, honestly. You probably can tell in the camera. If you love Las Vegas, you're going to love Mexico, because didn't that guy who was Bugsy Siegel that kind of thought Mexico, or Tijuana rather, would be the model for how we envision Vegas or something? It is raining outside, and it's been raining a little bit. It's been annoying. I am trying to chew a little gingerly. I'm really surprised how many years I hung out in Las Vegas, honestly. I don't love the heat. I don't know if you've heard me say that before. The summers are miserable. You literally do everything you can do to wear the least amount of clothes, get to your car's air conditioning, or get to where you're at that has air conditioning. And if your car has no air conditioning, that, for one, you're never selling it unless you find another sucker. That's believing. And then, if your AC goes out in the wintertime, that's even more hilarious, because you may be able to sell it to somebody unsuspecting, because you know that it has no AC. I've driven around too many times without AC in Las Vegas in my car. And they were like, $1,200 to fix it. I don't remember the exact prices. I'm just spouting off. But it was not cheap. I was like, jeez. I was like, do I really want to fix it? It is Tuesday. Yeah. I really hope I can hold off that dental problem. I've had some problems with my crowns, mainly because I don't listen to my doctor and only chew soft stuff. And I suspect that this is my issue. I've been wanting to go see that Matrix movie, and I can see it for like $3, so I'll be trying to get over there, but I haven't had a whole lot extra time. And plus I wanted to kind of avoid any type of real crowds. However, they said online that maybe the movie wasn't that great. So we'll see what happens. This is it. This is it right here. New Year's. It's going to be January again. I guess that's not much difference than maybe December again. It's wonderful food. $6. A little high for Mexico standards, for sure. It was pretty good nonetheless. I'm effed up everywhere. There's 2 links here. Please click those 2 links if you want to watch more of the stories behind my channel. I'll talk to you later. Let me click the stop button.